Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We have been studying Vedanta for last so many years. I think I am coming to Prempuri since 1901. So how many years? 9 plus 13. 22 years. And talking on Vedanta. So, what is the real spiritual practice according to Vedanta? This is the main theme that we will be having in our next text that we will be taking, also attributed to Bhagwan Shankaracharya. Normally by Vedanta we mean we read many books, we go for Satsang, and to any Tom, Dick and Harry we catch his collar and start telling him, you are not the body, you are not the mind, you are not the intellect. Then, I am the body, I am the mind. So Vedanta normally is given to others free of charge. But when it comes to practicing in one's life, then most of the so-called Vedanta students, they fail utterly. And their failure is indicated in terms of ulti. You know ulti? Ulti means that which is not siddhi. Instead of digesting and assimilating, it is thrown out. See? When we take food, and immediately after eating food, if you drink a glass or two of water or something cold, then what happens? The Jataragni, which is meant for cooking, digesting the food, that is killed. And the food, instead of getting digested, it starts rotting. And when the food starts rotting, then it is converted not into energy, but it is converted into toxins. And the first toxin is high degree of uric acid that is being circulated in the body. And then the subsequent, all kinds of cholesterols, and then the heart and your arteries are blocked. This is only because our Madhya Pradesh is not taken care of. So we eat food, but are we digesting it? More than what we eat, important is of whatever we eat, how much we digest. That is important. In the same manner, how many books we have studied of Upanishad and Vedanta and Brahma Sutra and Bhagavad Gita? How many? But the question is, are we assimilating them or not? And if we have assimilated this knowledge, then we will come to the following conclusion, that spiritual life involves first self-discipline, the second thing is dispassion, the third thing is devotion, and all these three things with understanding, that is knowledge. If this is practiced, then it is a real spiritual life. Like a bird, if he has got only one wing very strong and the other wing very weak, he will only flutter. He won't be able to take off in the sky. In the same manner, only knowledge and no practice, then we become strong by our tongue. But as regards our heart is concerned, it is totally in a mess. Therefore, the text that we are going to study gives us this particular approach, that we have to take up the study in its entirety, not only part of it. And therefore, this text we will start from today. There are many topics in this, and the name of the text is Prabodha Sudhakara. Sudha means nectar, amrita. Kara means the doer, like karmarkar, do, die, do. Translation, do, die, do. So, in this there are many chapters like Bhagavad Gita, and they are beautifully presented topic by topic. In this session, let us see how many topics we can cover up and see how best we can do it. The first begins Deha Ninda Prakaranam. First of all, condemnation of the body. In our technical language, it is called as the Pratipaksha Bhavana. Pratipaksha Bhavana means seeing the negative side of something. And when we see something negative about something, then there is a possibility that we may give it up. Like the yogis, they always talk about health. They always talk about the body. See? Shariram adyam khalu dharma sadhanam. So we should remain healthy. No, health cannot be the ultimate goal of life. Longevity cannot be the ultimate goal of life. The other day I was reading a life story of a great master who lived for almost 280 years. Only few years before he left his body in Bangalore. And he lived so many years because he had the Kaya Kalpa Siddhi. Like the snake drops his skin every 6 months and new skin comes. The same thing happens with us also, but we are not aware. So he was doing it, he did it once, twice, thrice, and continued for so many years. After continuing for 280 years, a question came in his own mind. How long the same useless house change the house? Therefore, only body all the time cannot be the spiritual practice. So that doesn't mean we should condemn the body, we should kill the body. No, use the body to transcend the body, not to get entangled in the body. Therefore, to transcend the body identification, we must have clarity about the limitations of the body. What are the limitations? And then only we will be able to drop our body infatuation. Nityanandaikarasam Satchinmatram Swayam Jyotihi Purushottamam Ajam Isham Vande Sri Yadavadisham. First of all, Lord Sri Krishna is saluted. Vande Aham Vande, I salute Sri Yadavadisham. Of all the Yadavas, not the present day, the original Yadava. Because in present day, which Yadav is the head we don't know. Everybody is the head there. Sahasra Shirsha, Purusha, Sahasra. So Yadavadisham is Bhagavan Sri Krishna. I salute to Lord Sri Krishna. Now see, Vedanta text is starting by salutation to the Saguna Sakar. Till such time we take ourselves to be body, till then we require a support with the name and the form. It is extremely necessary. Like during our childhood when we studied, we have no understanding about the concepts of life. So then we are told 1, 2, 3. This counting is nothing but a concept. Round, square, distant, near, tall, short, long, short. So various kinds of concepts we are told. They are required. But that is not all in life. Similarly, the Saguna Sakar is necessary till we grow. Like, Hanumanji's this particular prayer in the Valmiki Ramayana is worth remembering. Deha buddhyatu dasosmi jiva buddhyatvadam shakaha atma buddhyattvamevaham iti me nishtita mati. Till such time I think myself to be the body, then, O Lord, I am thy servant. Deha buddhyatu dasosmi. And when I take myself to be the Jiva, the soul, Jiva Buddhya Tvad Amshakaha, I am a part of you and you are the whole. Tvad Amshakaha. And then when I come to recognize my essential nature, Atma Buddhya tu Aham Eva Tvam. There is no difference between you and me. And we all have to live at these three stages. So when we are living at the level of our body, we have to practice Karma Yoga. When we are living at the level of the mind, we have to practice the path of devotion. And when we are coming at the level of the intellect, then we practice the path of inquiry. And all these three things need self-discipline. Karma Yoga can be done only by a disciplined person. The path of devotion is also only for a disciplined person. And for knowledge, discipline in thinking is necessary. Therefore, we have to begin our spiritual practice and maintain it through and through as a devotion to the Lord. So, Vande Sri Yadavadisham. Now, who is this Yadavadisham? Nitya Ananda Ekarasam Satchin Matram Swayam Jyotihi Purushottamam Ajam Isham. Now see, the Saguna Sakar, the Lord with the name and the form, after you have some alamban, some support, now you talk about that support. So what we talk about that support? That this Lord Sri Krishna is Nitya Ananda Ekarasam. Our Ananda is not Nitya, it is Anitya. When we sleep, then we are happy. When we get the things of our choice, we are happy. So our Ananda is only an illusion of Ananda. It is not Nitya, it is not eternal, it is temporary. So Nitya Ananda. And this is possible Ekarasam. When there is but one absolute, then only the bliss is complete. Dvitiyatvai bhayam bhavati. The moment there is someone other than the self, the samsara begins. Therefore, this Sri Krishna that we are saluting, to salute him is to dissolve ourselves in him. So he alone remains, not we. Nityanandaikaratam Satchin Matram. And the one who is conscious existence. Now this point I have told you a number of times. Satchit Ananda, these three words, they are not referring to three things. Like when we talk about blue, big lotus. Three things. So, lotus is the substance, big is the size, and blue is the color. So, Blue and big are the adjectives, and lotus is a substance. In this way we are not talking about. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma means the one which is existence is knowledge, but knowledge and existence are not two. And when the difference between the two dissolves, that experience is called as bliss. See, I the knower, world the known. So when I want something, I get it. Means what? The difference between the knower and the known is reduced to zero. And the moment our desire is fulfilled, we are happy because the knower known, the enjoyer enjoyed, difference dissolves. So the real bliss is when the Sat and the Chit, the existence and consciousness dissolve into undifferentiated, non-dual experience. Therefore, Satchidat Matram Swayam Jyotihi. And this experience cannot be authenticated by anyone else. It has to be our own experience. One day one elderly man in US asked me, Swamiji, how to tell the people that I am realized? Can you give me some tips? Because I am Brahman, but people don't understand. And actually I want to share my Brahman with them. You can laugh, I could not laugh before him. And he was so seriously talking about it. This is not. Therefore, Swayam Jyoti. So I told him, I said, look here, sir, I am taking food. And then I go and ask somebody, hey, will you please tell me whether my stomach is full or not? If I am taking food, I will know. It is a subjective experience. No authentication by others is required. Aparokshanubhuti. Therefore, Swayam Jyoti. Therefore, that experience which does not demand any means of knowledge to establish, that experience is our essential nature. How simple it is. Therefore, Nityanandaikarasam Satchinmatram Swayam Jyotihi Purushottamam Dvau imau purushau loke ksharaschakshara evacha ksharas sarvani bhutani kutasto ksharuchyate uttamaha purushaha tu anyaha paramatma iti udarutaha atosmi loke vedecha prathitaha purushottamaha. Bhagavan says in the 15th chapter. The one Purusha is appearing as a subject and object. Dvau imo purusho loke ksharaschakshara evacha. Kshara Purusha is the objective world. Akshara Purusha is the subjective being. So the same reality has as if become two. And the teacher says, Uttama Purushaha tu anyaha. The Uttam Purusha is the one who is not objectified or therefore never becomes a subject. Therefore, the one who is beyond the subject and the object is the Purushottama. It is something like, in Sanskrit language grammar, the three persons are indicated by the three words. The first person, singular, is called as Uttama Purush. The second person of English is called as Madhyam Purush in Sanskrit. And the third person of English is called as Pratham Purush in Sanskrit. Pratham Purush doesn't mean the first person singular. Pratham Purush means third person. So, these two persons, Madhyam Purush and Pratham Purush, they are dependent on the Uttam Purush. If I is not there, you do not exist, and he, she, it, they do not exist. When I is there, then you is there, and then he, she, it, they is there. So the whole world is dependent on this Uttam Purusha. This Uttama Purusha is the ultimate reality, wherein the duality has disappeared. So Uttama Purushottamam Ajam Isham, and Ajam, the one who is never born. Never born means beyond the cause and effect. The moment we talk about cause and effect, we have started the process of creation. Where there is no cause and effect, we are nearing the truth. For example, the fire is hot. Why the fire is hot? No cause. It is hot. We never waste our time on this issue. Why the fire is hot? Therefore, the spiritual practice is to go beyond the cause and effect. Therefore, Ajam and Isham. And therefore, the controller, the governor, the creator of the total world of appearance in the form of subject-object duality, to that Bhagavan Sri Krishna, who is objectively recognized, is subjectively experienced in the salutation. Ananya Chintayanto Mam Ye Jana Paryupasate Tesham Nityabhiyuktanam Yogakshemam Vahamyam. This is the meaning of that prayer. Ananya. Ananya means not other. The one who recognizes me as his own essential self, Ananya Chintayantaha, the one who is contemplating in this life, and Yejana Paryupasate Paritaha, in all the places, not only in the temple. And Nityabhiyuktanam, not only for some time. To such a one, I take care of the needs and the protection, Yogakshemam Vahamya. Because now he is no more separate from me. In this manner, we see the Lord outside and experience his presence inside. The other day, I was coming from somewhere. On the airport, just before boarding, some people came to leave me. They come to the airport to see that I don't come back halfway. And they made it. And I had a cup of coffee there. And I was just going. One person came running. Swamiji, wait. I said, okay, don't die here. Be cool. And, okay, namaskar, yes. Why did you run all the way? I asked. He said, Swami, you don't know. It is such a joy. Now be attentive. That joy that person has experienced is not because of me. Because of his love, his devotion, his reverence. See, Krishna is the same. But every person doesn't get that experience. Because we lack that devotion. And therefore, all the spiritual practice according to this verse is, see the statue outside, but experience his presence inside. See the people outside, but experience their presence inside. And slowly, by divine grace, not by our efforts, the division of inside and outside disappears. Be very attentive. When the division of inside and outside disappears, then effort cease to be a part of our life. Life becomes effortless. Spontaneity happens. Effortlessness means spontaneity. How much spontaneity? That much when we stand before the mirror, how much time, effort it takes for the mirror to reflect our presence. It is spontaneous. In the same manner, till such time, in and out, difference is there, there is a separation. It is something like, when I play with my beard, I don't feel that I am doing something good or bad. Because there is no sense of otherness. See? When I scratch my head, I don't feel, in front of people, what people will say, scratching head. But if I go and scratch somebody's, Shivalingam, hey, kya kar rahe? No, I felt like scratching. The day this principle is recognized, the spiritual practice is, we lose the efforts in our life. Prayatna Chaitanya. And this effortlessness is the beginning of our ascent to the divine. Prayatna Chaitanya. Wherever there are efforts, we are struggling to prove something to someone. Only thing is, we don't know what we want to prove and to whom and who cares for us. The husband tries to prove that he loves the wife. He says, I know, don't have done, do your job. Go and get the sabji. Don't forget to get kothmeer. The whole love is reduced to kothmeer. Narayan. Therefore, life becomes extremely effortless. This is the meaning of devotion. In devotion, there are no efforts. Yam varnaitum sakshat shrutirapi mukeva maunamacharati so smakam manujanam kim vacham gocharo bhavati. After having offered the salutation, now the teacher takes up the topic. Yam varnaitum sakshat shrutihi api muka iva maunam acharati. Mukam iva maunam acharati. The scriptures very clearly tell, yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasasah, that which cannot be comprehended through the words and the mind, to that reality, asmakam manujanam kim vacha gocharo bhavati. See? This argument is like this. The Lord is beyond the scope of the language. Therefore, don't chant Lord's name. The Lord cannot be comprehended through the organs of action. Therefore, stop doing anything. Then, the God cannot be an object of emotion for the mind. Therefore, don't think and sing God's glory. Then, the Lord cannot be comprehended through the instrument of intellect. Therefore, don't reflect, don't contemplate, don't study scripture. But here the teacher says, Yaha asmakam manujana kim vacham gocharo bhavati. Such a reality which is beyond the scope of the mind and speech, how can we think about that reality? Is it possible? A question is there. Now the teacher raises the question and answers. Yadyapi evam viditam tathapi paribhashito bhavedeva adhyatma shastra saraihi haricintana kirtanabhyasaihi. Yadyapi evam viditam. Yes, we know this. The truth is beyond the scope of speech and mind. Yadyapi evam viditam, we know it. Tathapi, still then, however, paribhashitaha bhavet eva, and yet we can definitely talk about the Lord. It is something like, can we talk about the space? No, can't talk about it. What can you talk? Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, nothing is there. How can you talk? Then still we talk. Space is that which does not have the form. So neti neti vakyataha. Whatever is negated, that is being negated to a point where negation ends. So we discard the earth, we discard the water, we discard the fire, we discard the air. Now there is nothing to discard. So that which cannot be objectively discarded is the space. So are we not talking about space? Although space cannot be spoken of. Exactly the same way, tathapi paribhashitaha bhavedeva. Yet there is a possibility we can still talk about the Lord. How? Adhyatma Shastra Saraihi. Those who have studied the Adhyatma Shastra. Adhyatma Shastra means that which is pertaining to the self. Dharma Shastra is that which is pertaining to the other world. And Vyavahara Shastra, Manusmriti, is pertaining to this worldly conduct. How should we live our life in this world? So Adhyatma Shastra is pertaining to our essential nature as to who are we, what is this world, who is this God, and what is the meaning of spiritual practice. These four topics are included in the Adhyatma Shastra. So those who are studying the scriptures, they are able to comprehend the reality, although it is beyond comprehension. This is how in Kenopanishad, when the student is very happy, sir, I have really very well understood. Immediately the teacher bangs him. Yadimanne se suvedeti daharameva nunam tvam metha brahmano rupam. If you think that you have understood nothing. Because what you have understood is yadastatvam deveshu asano mimam samevate. You have understood like a child. Once I told you this story. I had some children's camp many years before. And I went in the evening for dinner to somebody's house, and the child was also in that camp. So the mother asked, what did you learn from Swamiji in the camp? And the child was very excited to, yes, I'll tell you. He ran outside, got some soil on the dining table. And he said, Mommy, this is element earth. The whole dining table was spoiled. Then he took the glass and poured the water. This is element water. Then he took the matchbox and he said, this is element fire. And he was thinking, I am really telling which mummy doesn't know. Anyway, every child has got this notion. Mummies know nothing because they are hearing from the father. Or Indians have got this very funny approach. मौत खामो खाम बदनाम होती है, परेशानी तो जिंदगी देती है. पत्नी खामो खाम बदनाम होती है, बुढ़ापे में वही काम आती है. देखो. So this child was hearing every day, Mummy doesn't understand, she is stupid, etc. So the child was showing earth, water, fire, air, up to here he was. And when it came to space, then he was, now to show the space movie. And then he, Swamiji, please do like this. I did like this. Mummy, see that which is in between Swamiji's finger, that is space. But this is how I taught them in the class. So his understanding was only that which is between my finger, that is space. Outside there is no space. See? Exactly this is the way. When we talk only borrowed knowledge, Satyam Jnana Manantam Brahma. Yo Veda Nihitam Guhaya. He who comes to know in the house of Mr. Guha from Calcutta. And then all his desires are fulfilled. Simultaneously. Good. Or, Mahatmaji, what can I do for you? See, my house requires marble flooring in my bathroom. All desires stand fulfilled. Just now the sentence is said and the meaning is nowhere around. त्यागे नेके अमृतत्व मानसु न कर्मणा न प्रजया धनेन लगाओ. Get more and more. See, friends, therefore it is necessary that Adhyatma Shastra Saraihi, those who have understood the essence of the scripture, Adhyatma Shastra. And what is the essence? Essence is we are able to come back to our own being in a fraction of moment through every experience of our life. Tulsidas says in simple words, Lobhihi Priya Jividam. A greedy person is able to find out where the cut can be. There is, earthquake and all that. Yes, we must do something for our nation. So let us get $1 million from the government, and then, mujhe kitna milega? Those people are dying. But our own selfishness, because they are committed to corruption. In the same manner, Adhyatma Shastra, every experience of ours brings us back to the self. See, take this as a spiritual practice. The first step. Every experience of our life is a spiritual examination. First step. In examination, we are supposed to be prepared. You cannot say, oh, I didn't prepare. When you are driving your car on the road, you cannot say, oh, I was not prepared. The buffalo was coming and I didn't see. I thought the buffalo will move. But the buffalo did not move. No. You have to be prepared. So what is the Adhyatma Shastra Sar is this. Every experience of our life is a spiritual examination. Therefore, we are ever prepared. Number one. Number two. What is the preparation? Preparation is, where is our attention in that interaction? Is our attention on the world? Is our attention on I? Or is our attention on the quality of our mind left behind? Where is our attention? See, before we begin anything, during the conduct and after the job is over, is our mind untainted, without any dents, without any change? Then we are understanding this word, Adhyatma Shastra Sarai. Many times we are not even aware that we are under the influence of greed, lust, passion, anger, frustration, depression. We are not even aware. Therefore, what is the spiritual practice? We have to remain utterly aware under every experience. See, many people, they are not aware of their own behavior. Many of them. Sometimes, they will be talking something as if the other person is a furniture or what. And slowly, after some time, it becomes their nature. Hey, you don't know anything, you keep quiet. Once I was somewhere in South India, and a Marwadi family. In North India, this bullying the wife is very strong. You come to South India, go to Bengal, then you'll understand. So, I was sitting in the car and my friend was sitting on the driver's seat, and his wife was sitting behind. Not much educated lady, but very nice, very sweet. So it was so hot, so water has to be purchased. So he said, Anilya, this is not the way you talk to somebody. And when she went and she got water, his abuser scolded her. तुमको इतनी भी अकल नहीं, गर्मी है, ठंडा लाना चाहिए. I was feeling so hot. I said, look here. I said, this man has no bad intentions. He is very good. He loves his wife, no doubt about it. But the way we talk, we are not aware. Therefore, Adhyatma Sharataraihi, we have to remain in utter awareness in and through every experience without exception. Accidents don't happen all the time. Only once in a while we take the things for granted and then accidents happen. So, those who have thus studied and lived the spiritual practice, they will be able to discover the divine intervention in every experience of their life. And the net result of this is self-confidence, bliss, no competition, peace with oneself. If this is happening, then we are walking the spiritual path. By such people, although the Lord is beyond the scope of the speech and the words and the mind, yet those who are following this Adhyatma Shastra, they have certainly experienced and they talk their experience about the divine. And Hari Chintana Kirtanabhyasaihi, and those who are Hari Chintana, Chintana is thinking of the Lord. Thinking of the Lord is chanting His name. Therefore, Yajnanam Japa Yajyosmi, chanting the Lord. The Lord's name has to be chanted in different ways. First is, to get into it, we require an ambassador starter, dhakka. So we are given rules. Take the mala in the hand. Unless you complete 6 malas, you are not going to take even a glass of water. Okay? Get up early in the morning. Now the Guru Maharaj says, if you don't do it, don't blame me if something goes wrong. Control can happen never through love. Control can happen only through fear. Love do chhod do. It doesn't work. Our Indians, when they are in Singapore, how disciplined they are. When the moment they land in India, first thing they will do is tear the ticket and throw on the road. Freedom. So what is the reason they are so disciplined there? It is not out of love for Singapore. It is out of the fear of punishment. Therefore, here, first of all, Hari Chintana is initiated, and you have to chant the Lord's name, take this mala, and I will give the mantra, don't take from anybody else. If you go to anybody else, Guru Droha. If you go to hell, don't blame me. Okay, Guru Maharaj, I will not do that. Then start. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Never mind. At least you are tied down to a nail. It is necessary initially. And as you start slowly progressing, then one day by the divine grace, you come to discover more than the number of times we talk, we chant the Lord's name. What is important is how long we can keep our mind in the divine thinking. Not the number, but the time that we spend. And then our japa starts in a different mode. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. And when you discover it on your own, do it for 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 10 minutes, in the Vaikharivani loudly, without the mic, and do slowly. Then the effect you can start experiencing. Whatever may be the agitations in the mind, they start slowly loosening and dissolving like the wrinkles on the cloth. When you sprinkle little water, the wrinkles become weak and they start dissolving. In the same manner, when you start chanting the Lord's name loudly, agitations to a great extent start dissolving. Harichintanaihi. And when you continue further, then you come to discover that there are two things. One is the sound, second is the silence. Now we focus our attention. Sometime on the sound, silence is secondary. Next time on the silence, sound is secondary. And get perfection in these two. Like when you look into the microscope, you have got two adjustments, the gross and the subtle. With the gross adjustment, you bring your focus to a particular thing. And with the subtle, then you can just see. In the same manner, first sound, then silence. Silence, sound. And after this you perfect, then you go beyond that. Whether sound or the silence. The one who is illuminating both the sound and the silence is beyond sound and silence. If our being is beyond sound and silence, means what? Sound will not disturb us. And silence will not put us to sleep. Many students, they go to sleep because they have trained their mind. Whenever the mind is quiet, go to sleep. This is what is meant by Harichintanaihi. Then Kirtanabhyasaihi. Then Kirtan. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi talks about this spiritual practice. First, we start from where we are. So where we are in the gross world. We want tabla, pedi, so many people and symbols and bhajan, kirtan. So we were so much shattered in the world, we connect ourselves by this noise. And after every 2 minutes or so, the singer also changes. So it is not the same nagging sound all the time. And after that is done, then the many supports are slowly dropped. Initially the supports are the accompaniments, the different singers, different songs, different gods, many supports. Then they are dropped, then few supports, only one God. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Avine, Krishna. Then those bhajans are also dropped. Then you take only one mantra. Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare. Only one mantra. And then that is also dropped. So one mantra, then coin. One mantra, coin. In this manner, Hari Kirtana Abhyasaihi. This is Abhyas, is the practice. And when this is practiced sincerely, then although it is said that the truth cannot be comprehended through the sense organs of action or mind or intellect, yet this is the only way, there is no other way. See, in Upanishad it is said, Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa. Where from the speech and the mind comes back, cannot comprehend. In other Upanishad it is said, manasa eva idam avaptavyam. In one place you say mind cannot comprehend, other place you say the mind is the only instrument by which you can comprehend. What is to be done? Don't get lost in argument. Start. One person in Bhopal, after my lecture was over, he came. Swamiji, Bhagavan Krishna was blue, Ram was blue. Then why they are referred green in the mantra? I said, what? Hare Ram, Hare Ram. वो हरे थोड़ी थे, वो तो नीले राम, राम राम, नीले नीले. Ram, Ram. You can imagine to what extent these people can think, perverted thinking. I said, Hare, Hindi shabd nahi, it's a Sanskrit word. And it is a vocative case. See? In vocation we are calling, Hey Ram, see? Hey Krishna, Hey Madhava, Hey Sakheti. We are calling, Oh Lord. So, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hari is called as Hare, like Mati is called as Mate. See? Samprapte sannihite kale, nahi rakshate dukrum karne, Mudha Mate. So, Mudha Mati is the nominative singular case. Mudha Mate is a vocative singular. It is a Sambodhana. Therefore, all these stupid kind of doubts will disappear and then we will slowly dissolve in our own being. Therefore, kluptaihi bahubhihi upayaihi abhyasa jnana bhaktyajyaihi pumsa vina viragam muktehi adhikaritana syat. You may be practicing a lot of spiritual practices. Kurute Ganga Sagar Gamanam Vrata Paripalanam Athava Dhanam, chanting the Lord's name, wonderful. Yet, Vina Viragam, unless you have this passion in your heart, you are not admitted in the kingdom of liberation. See? Na muktehe adhikarita syat. You are not adhikari, you are not qualified. But Maharaji, it is okay for you, you are a Swami, but we are Grahasthas. So what do you want to say? Like in government jobs, there are reservations for the unqualified people. In the same manner, on the spiritual path, there should be reservation for the undeserving people. Think. See? When we say it is okay for you are a Swami but we are Grahastha, what do you want to say? If you understand, therefore, we should put on more efforts. If this is your understanding, then your statement is valid. But if your statement is, it is very difficult for us, the Grahasthas, for Sannyasis it is true, then you are going the wrong way. So what is the adhikara? Dispassion. And dispassion is the maturity of wisdom leads to dispassion. Matured wisdom is dispassion. It is something like when the fruit matures on the tree, it is separated from the tree without any efforts. Now what is the wisdom? The wisdom is be attentive. Start from your own body. When Bhagavan Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. He doesn't tell us to give up everything and become Babaji. No, be where you are. Then only one thing. Before you want to give up anything, find out what really belongs to you. See? As I cannot divorce somebody else's wife, in the same manner, we cannot give up that which is not ours. So what is ours in this world? Started right from our body onwards. Nothing is ours. But when we don't understand this, we are holding on to the world as possessions and we are holding on to the people as relations. See, friends. And this mule carrying the burden of possession and relation is called as a samsari. One of my friends, he has two daughters. And the elder daughter, both the daughters very intelligent. Elder daughter, she got some scholarship and went to US. While going, she came to meet me. Swamiji, I don't want to leave my dad. I will come back. I don't want to be there. I just finished my post-graduation and come back. So I didn't say any word. Afterwards, when I went again to USA, then she came. She said, Swamiji, I want to spend some time with you. Let's go for a walk. I said, okay, we went for a walk. Can we sit here? I said, whatever you want. She said, and started crying. I said, what happened? Swamiji, I am cheating my father. I said, how come you are cheating? I told him your presence, I will go back to India. But now I don't want to go back. I have to get settled over here. I will find out a boy here and get married. So what should I do? I said, do it. Very good. Nothing wrong. But is it not cheating? I said, look here. You have to live your life. And daughters are meant to leave the house. Unless you want a ghar jawai. See? Therefore, be firm and clear and live. Don't worry about your dad, I'll talk to him. And her dad is also very mature, balanced person. So when I told this is what your daughter said, Swamiji, anyway, daughters are meant to go out from the house. Whether they go from, let us say, Dadar to Chinchpokli or from India to America, it is the same. How long I am going to hold on to my daughter? So when I was talking to the second daughter, Swamiji, but I am not going to be like Didi, I will come back. She also got settled in UK. See? And everybody is happy. See, friends, once you understand this principle, don't hold on to anybody in this world. But we want everything to happen according to our choice. And this is what is the cause of all our samsara. Therefore, pumso vina viragam muktehi adhikaratana syat. Therefore, my principles are little different. Those who are most lucky, they don't have children. Those who are little less lucky, they have got only daughters. Still less lucky, both daughter and son. And bichare, only son. Now why having daughter is lucky? Because the daughter really loves the parents before the marriage, serves them, and after marriage she engages her husband for the same job. Therefore, let your daughter get married to whoever he or she wants, and see that dumb fellow is free servant for the whole life. And then the best part is, then you are not responsible. Tumne dhunda tha, dhundo. And can we guarantee that whom we are selecting will be a good person? We cannot. Therefore, vina viragam, unless there is clear wisdom and understanding, walking spiritual path is never possible. Most of us walk religious path, not the spiritual path. Walking religious path is different and walking spiritual path is different. On the religious path, we do everything for fulfilling our desires. We do the Ekadashi Vratam, and then we do Vata Savitri Vratam, and we do the Karva Chauth. For what? For getting something, Spirituality is not getting something. Forgetting everything. Not forgetting everything. वैराग्यमात्म बोधो भक्तिश्चेति त्रयं गदितं मुक्तेः साधनम् आदौ तत्र विरागो वितृष्णता प्रोक्ता. So muktehe sadhanam, for the practice for the liberation, these three things are told. One is vairagya, dispassion, second is atma bodha, and the third is bhakti. Trayam gaditam. These three things are referred in our scripture. And the first one, adau, tatra viragaha vitrushnata prokta. And the first one is dispassion. Friends, don't be frightened by the word dispassion. You all have come here. You have dispassion. Because of that, for 1.5 hours, you are ready to give up everything and come. So it's not that we don't have dispassion. Only learn. All the priorities are dropped and this priority is adopted. So what is dispassion? Dispassion is what is the priority of our life. To lead the life what millions have lived. Sasya viyomartyaha pachyate, sasya miva jayate punaha. Like the grass we grow, and in one season the grass dies. Is it not our life? Is this all? Or there is something higher in life? Therefore, with Krishna, not hanging on to the worldly things and beings. Now how this absence of the dispassion is indicated in our life. Sacha aham mamatabhyam prachanna sarvadeheshu. This lack of dispassion is hidden in the hearts of everyone in this world in two ways. One, ahamta and mamata, these two things. And first, tatra ahanta dehe, with reference to the body, the lack of dispassion is that I am the body notion. And mamata bharyadi vishayeshu, and the mamata, the possessiveness, the ownership is with the things and beings. This is my house, this is my car, this is my wife, this is my child, this is my thing, this is my country. In this manner, the lack of dispassion manifests in our life in two ways. Ahanta and mamata. The notion of I-ness with the body and I-ness extended beyond the body is called as mamata. So what is dispassion therefore? Dispassion therefore, lesser the mamata, lesser will be the ahanta. Be very attentive. Ahanta, the notion of I-ness, becomes stronger and stronger as much we have more and more possessions, the mamata. I have got this big house, I have got so much of money, I have got so much of respect, I have got so many things. So more the possessions, stronger is the ahanta. Lesser the possessiveness, weaker will be the ahanta. In deep sleep, we have no possessions, we have no relations, and therefore there is total perfect dispassion. So if we are able to lead our life in this way, when we are awake, what is the quality of our experience in the deep sleep? With the same quality of deep sleep experience is smuggled in the waking experience, then we have learned the secret of dispassion. And subtler than this is, first of all find out what is really ours in this world. Nothing. If there is nothing, then we cannot give up anything. No, there is something. What is that? If you use the English word, it doesn't bring the force. So I will use a typical Indian word. What is ours? Ours is bewakufi. When we use the word bewakuf, we feel at home. Ab samajh mein aa gaya. Suppose you tell somebody that you are mad. He doesn't hit you. But when you say bewakuf, then suddenly, what is this? Therefore, bewakufi is ours. And what is bewakufi? Although the body is not created by me, although the body doesn't listen to me, yet I am the body. Now what logic can you talk to such a person? And the moment we drop the body identification, then all the business that we conduct in the world is like a drama. An actor on the stage, he is not owning the character. He is only playing the role of the character. In the same manner, till such time, we are expressing through the body, but never expressing as the body. The process of dispassion is initiated. But we all live as the body, for the body, on everybody. This is what we have to check. So, tatra ahanta dehe mamata bharyadishu vishayeshu. So, the wife, children, in-laws, outlaws, and all these things, and the various possessions, house, property, etc. Don't hold on to anything. Tyage naiti amritattva manas. When you practice it, then you come to discover what Bhagavan Shankara is talking is so true. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.